Hello everyone, are you well? You having a great week? I hope you are, and I hope all your customers are rebooking. Right, customers, they are the fuel for your salon. Your employees, they are your salon's engine. So it's vital that your salon's engine is always performing at the best condition at all times. To make sure your salon's engine, employees, are performing as a salon requires, are you managing and monitoring their performances? If not, I've got a system for you that I used that made sure my staff would never take their foot off the gas. Want to know more? Of course you do. It's coming next. But before we start, if you enjoy this video at any point, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe and ding that bell so you never miss another video. My salon business and marketing advice will make your salon become even more top dog. So that's like, subscribe, ring that bell. You know how competitive it is on the high street today in the hair and beauty industry. I mean, you only have to look in your high street alone or where you are to see how many hair salons there are. So the performance of your stylists, employees, they play a vital role in your salon's survival on that high street. How are you currently monitoring the performance of your stylists? Are you just doing nothing? Or are you getting a report from your software system that you might have and just handing it to them to look at? If you're doing nothing, then you're making an enormous mistake. How do you know, or how do your stylists even know when they're doing well or when they're not doing well? Are your employees just turning up each day and doing what they want? And what I mean by that is, whatever figures they do, that's it, who cares? If you're a salon owner that prints a report off from your software booking system, at least you're doing something. But whilst it presents statistics to you and your stylists on their performance, being honest, I still found them too vague and too one-dimensional, meaning the figures are either good or bad and no in between. I'm sure you're aware that your salon has a weekly target that it needs to hit just to survive, break even. Now that goal, that target depends not just on you, but it's rather more dependent upon your stylists who carry out the work. Listen, because your salon's targets, your goals, are strongly influenced by the performance of individual employees such as hairdressers, you need to always strive to improve employee performance so that your salon's goals can be achieved effectively and efficiently. Monitoring staff performance isn't about doom and gloom. It has so many positives for the salon owner and the employees. I mean, research has even said that performance monitoring leads to job satisfaction, and also it plays an important role in effective supervision for the salon owner. The performance of your hairdressers determines your future, so you need to make sure that you're performance managing all your hairdressers. I'm going to tell you how I manage the performance of my employees. Let me introduce to you the RAG report. Red, amber, green. If the employees are in red, they're below salon expectations. If they're in amber, they're acceptable. And if they're in green, high five, you're overperforming. Thank you. My RAG report monitored staff on a weekly basis upon the salon's KPIs that I wanted to measure them with. These were my measurements: total service sales, colour service sales, retail sales, the average sale, the percentage they were requested. So meaning that when a client called up on the phone or popped into salon and asked for that particular stylist, the rebooking percentage. I mean, how hard was the stylist working to rebook their clients, or were they leaving it for the salon to fill their columns? And also, the most important one, client retention. So how did I come to the targets for the KPIs? So let's just talk about the services first. Red, this figure would equal to 3 times the employee's wages minus £1. If a stylist is earning £250 a week, then the red target will be £749 and below. If they're performing in the red section, this then demonstrates that the stylist is not earning a salon 3 times their wages. For the amber target, This figure is equal to 3 times the employee's wages and starts at that exact figure. So again, let's use the same stylist who gets £250 a week. So the amber target will start at £750, and then what I just used to do is add £100 on. Green, anything above 851. So if your stylist is performing in the green zone, they're in the overperforming zone. It's where you want your teams to be. Let's talk about the colour service sales targets now. For the red section, I set them at 0% to 30% of the total services figure target. If a hairdresser has a total services target of 749, then 30% of that figure would be 225. So in the red section for the colour services, in monetary terms, it would be from £1 to 225. Then going into the amber section, I'd have this figure starting at 226. I'd just add £1. Then I would add 100 to 327. So it'd be from 226 to 327. Then for the green, the overperforming, I'd start it at 328. I'd just add £1, and then they can just do anything higher. These figures, by the way, they're just preference. You can add what you want. You can put whatever you want in there, long as there's increments, which gives them a special aim to go higher and higher, just to make sure that they can overperform. For retail sales, you can really set those yourself. You can have a quick look at what I did. I made small increments. I didn't make the targets too hard to achieve because I didn't want them to be despondent. And to be honest, it is just there to have a part of the business. Let's get on to the average sale because, believe it or not, the stylist can really influence this figure. If a hairstylist has 30 clients and they're each spending £20, they're going to bring in your salon 600, and that really isn't good enough if they're full-time. But if they get an average of £25 and a penny for the same amount of customers, then it increases the salon's turnover to £750, 30 pence. There you go, giving you an extra. But that extra comes from upselling, treatments, and anything associated that they can get alongside their services. If a stylist doesn't have enough customers, they need to maximise where possible. So this is what this was for. This demonstrated to me how hard they were working to get the money in the till. Red, a penny to £20, amber, 20 to 25, and then green, 25 and a penny upwards. That's how I used to do it. Again, that's just my preference. You could do your own. For the requested, rebooking and client retention, red, 0 to 50%, amber 51 to 65, and then green 66% and upwards. So again, you could set those how you want to. That's how I used to set mine. Hopefully you'd have managed to follow me. If not, watch it again and maybe drop a message in the comments that, can I explain something a bit more in depth? And then I'll obviously come back to you. It's also important to recognise that this isn't about hiring and firing your staff. It's not a performance report for that. It's a report that can help you identify where salon training is needed for certain individuals. It also offers you a chance to praise certain members of staff for doing well for your salon. Sometimes employees did underachieve, and when I couldn't see improvements over a 12-week period, I would have no choice but to place them on a performance improvement plan. And on that performance improvement plan was the KPIs that needed attention, the objective, the target of what we want to achieve, the tools and training that the stylists think they need to help them to achieve the target set, and how we're going to measure that progress. But also a review date. Now, I normally set this at 8 weeks. The performance improvement plan isn't implemented to demotivate or cause stress to any employees. It's used to identify their current weaknesses in performance and make sure that it's highlighted to them. Then we use the findings to ensure the employees are supported by the salon to achieve the goals that the salon has set. Naturally, if the stylists won't do it for themselves, they aren't going to do it for you. This is Mitch Means Business. Thank you for watching.